Welcome back to another episode of Under the Sun Sports.
We
I'm
have
going to
fun
be
here.
your host for this segment. What's that?
We have fun here.
Yeah, always having fun. I'm going to be your host for today. My name's Pat. This show is edited by Mike Cherry and produced by Chris Blenny, who we have on today. As always, we got a fun segment coming up, something a little different. The topic is going to be in honor of Mike's new child, Mike and Caroline. Congrats to you guys.
Thank you. Thank you.
The birth of Nolan Pasquale.
Pasquale.
Pasquale?
Yeah, it's the Italian way.
All right. I
Pasquale.
like it.
It doesn't matter. So
Did I say it like the Delco way? Is that what happened?
Pasquale. Yeah. You need like a cigarette and like a.
Anyway.
Doesn't matter.
So,
It's not important. I'll shut up.
In honor of the kid whose name is to be pronounced differently, we are going to do a segment in which the three of us are each going to pick son or daughter or both, whatever we came up with, what sport we'd like them to play, for what team, what position, and why. We have a lot of sports out there, a lot of different factors, whether that's financial, health-wise, our favorite sports, a lot of different things to take into consideration here. So I'm real interested to see what we came up with. I'm curious to see if we all have a different answer. I have a feeling we might, but let's find out. We're going to start with Chris. We'll find out if Chris ever has a child, God help us all. But if they grow up and they turn into a professional athlete, what would you like them to be, Chris, and why?
All right, so for my future child, I'm going with them being the left fielder for the Philadelphia Phillies. So
Okay.
You may be a bit confused why I picked left field and not a different position.
Sure.
I'll explain why. First off, I'm going with the Phillies because they're my favorite team. Left field.
Are you just assuming that your son's shoulder is going to click like yours, and because of that, they're not able to play right field where they need to throw to third base?
Yeah, that's definitely a possibility. I can put that click on camera if you'd like. So anyway,
excuse me. The click has been on camera when we had a radio show at Westchester. I remember saying on the air, I was like, "Chris, you definitely need shoulder surgery." And your mom was the most supportive person in the world. She listened to us, and then she called you after the show, and she goes, "Chris, if you need surgery, you can."
That was a shady flex by Mike that we actually had a viewer. That was that.
Yeah,
was
we did. We did. A couple people called in as a joke, but they did.
Good times.
Yeah.
All right, Chris. Sorry.
No, that's fine. So, left fielder's usually a power hitter. I expect my son to just drop bombs all over Citizens Bank Park. He's going to have my speed, so he's going to be slow. Also, I'm thinking big picture here. When I think of the all-time Phillies team, that infield is completely set. And I don't want to bump out any of that 08 team from the right side of the infield who runs at shortstop. There seems to be a gap in left field where little Chris Jr. could just slide right in on the Phillies all-time team.
DBJ?
He's not going to take right field from Bryce Harper. He's not going to take any of those infield spots. And if he could, I don't know. That's why I'm going with left field. Plus, he's a left fielder. He's probably going to crush beers, too.
I was going to say, this is going to tie into Pat Burrell somehow?
Yeah. Plus, my favorite place to sit at Citizens Bank Park is the left field porch, so I can just sit out there, chill every game. And baseball, you get that financial stability, so you won't have to worry about getting his brain scrambled in football and then losing his not guaranteed contract. So just looking out for his best interest. So that's what I'm going with.
Great future father there.
Yeah.
Did you do a daughter pick too, or just the son? And it's okay.
I thought about doing a daughter. I can do it real quick. I'm going kicker for the Philadelphia Eagles.
Oh, I love that.
I like that. That's good. We could see that.
Yeah. So that's what I'm going to go with. She'll be hitting 55-yarders.
That's it?
With a boot.
That's just on an off day.
That is like a realistic possibility. I did one for a daughter, not necessarily Chris's daughter, but a female becoming a kicker for an NFL team. There's no reason
It can
Yeah, I
happen.
mean, some of the the women on the U.S. National team, I'm sure can kick just as far as Jake Elliott.
Sure.
So,
Absolutely.
it's an interesting take.
Yep.
Yeah.
That wrap it up, Chris? Anything to add?
Yeah, I think that's it.
Cool.
All right, Mr. Mike.
All right, let me start this by saying, if little dude wants to play sports, which that'd be super cool. Here's what I'm gonna go with. So he was born a little light. He was 6'11", but 6 pounds 11 ounces. But he's long, very long. Like I forget how long, but they're like he's a long kid. So here's what I'm thinking this is gonna translate to. Me and the little dude are gonna be playing hockey in the driveway as soon as he can pick up a stick. I can't wait for that. I'm super excited. What I'm seeing this develop into is if he's tall, because I'm not. Hopefully he got the genes where he's tall. He's gonna grow in to like a nice sized defenseman, and put on some muscle afterward. He's gonna be a cornerstone defenseman for the Flyers or like an original 16. Gonna grow up, get a nice contract as a defenseman, lock down. That's how I'm gonna train him. I absolutely love it. Or that's my plan. That's how I envision it. He's gonna get drafted. It's gonna be great. So I'm gonna go with like stud defenseman for an NHL franchise. That's my pick for son.
And how do you think Caroline's going to feel about the fighting? 5 for fighting.
They don't really even fight. Honestly, they don't really even fight anymore. But I mean, it should. I mean, if he does, that's fine. Get into a couple scraps. You got to be pretty tough as a defenseman. So you could check. So he'll be able to check him. People, like I'm saying, he's going to be tall. Hopefully, look at me. So hopefully he gets the tallness from his mother. But I think he'll be able to finish some body checks, 100%. Fighting, it could happen, but who knows? Game's so much about skill and speed now. But
all right, I like it. And did you give a daughter pick? Do you have a daughter pick?
Daughter, I originally was kind of like field hockey because it's cool. Short story that has nothing to do with anything. I helped
Just
out.
How we like
What?
Just how we like it.
Just how like, no, it kind of does. Field hockey. I think field hockey is super cool. I actually, when I was helping out the rec one time, ended up like co-coaching a field hockey. I got paid for it. It was like a job. Co-coaching a field hockey team, and my team, we won. So I was like, field hockey's cool. I really like this. This is awesome. They called me Coach Taco. It was amazing. I don't know why. But long story short, I kind of thought I didn't fall in love, but I think field hockey's pretty cool after kind of seeing it. But if not, I think the U.S. women's soccer is awesome. I think it's a great program. I think that'd be something super cool to get into. Not like, like saying being an Olympic athlete is the easiest thing ever, but women's soccer is like, it's very entertaining. It's really awesome. I think that'd be a really cool path to go down too.
Yeah, that would be awesome. I didn't pick that for my daughter, but that was probably my second pick. That would be super cool. The U.S. women's national team kicks ass. We saw them in person play when they came to San Diego 2 years ago. And, it's just like an exhibition match. But they have bigger names than the men's team. And
seriously, they do.
Yeah, for sure. And, they perform a lot better, too. The men's team didn't even make the World Cup last year. Or was that 2 years ago? Whatever it was. They didn't make the last one. So for my future son, I got him as a starting pitcher. And the reason I picked a starting pitcher was because it's going to be very easy to watch all of their games. Whereas if he was another baseball player, it's kind of a big investment. I would feel bad not watching their games, but having to watch 162, I don't know. I don't know if I'd get it done. I'd probably feel like a pretty bad dad. But I can definitely watch like 32 starts or 30 starts. And what I love about that is when you're tuning in, your child is the center of the game, right? So like 100% of the game, you're watching them. They got 50% at least. They got the ball in their hand, and you get to watch them do their thing. Pitchers get paid, right? That means Papa gets paid, hopefully. So good for us. It's a low injury position, and pitchers always seem to be really happy when they retire. They have a lot of time to play golf. They always are in these celebrity pro-ams, so that would be pretty cool to be in one of those celebrity pro-ams with my famous pitcher's son in the off season. So I'd be pretty stoked for that. For team, I picked the Cubs, actually. So I thought about the Phillies, like Chris went, but then I was like, I feel like I'm going to be fighting with everybody in my neighborhood when they start talking shit on the Phillies, and I have to defend them not from Phillies like fan standpoint, but rather from a father standpoint. I don't know that I wanted to mix those two things. So I wanted them to go to like a historic franchise that had a good fan base, like good following, that wasn't the Yankees or the Red Sox, and that left me with the Cubs. So settled in with the Cubs, starting pitcher for the Chicago Cubs. And for daughter, I said point guard in the WNBA. I think the WNBA is on the up and up. I mean, we're definitely seeing a lot more of it on TV. And, of course, with that, salary should rise. And I think the NBA players are, like, advocating for the WNBA, which is awesome, as they should be. And I picked the LA Sparks. I don't really know why. I just figured Southern California, the other cities seemed kind of lame to visit. So it'd be cool to go to LA, I guess, and get some warm weather. And I think, I mean, I don't know what the pay scale is between the WNBA players and women's U.S. national team soccer. That's probably something I should have done in preparation for this show. But I have a feeling WNBA is pretty close. At least they're like superstars, and it's definitely on the up and up. So I think the pay follows the popularity. So yeah, I went with point guard, WNBA, LA Sparks.
Nice.
So let's poke some holes. Anybody got any beef with anybody else's positions or what they got their kids doing when they grow up?
I might change mine. I think with the announcement of the new team, I think I want my son to play for the Seattle Kraken.
Oh, that would be good.
Ooh.
Right? Like, he could – they won't be that old of a franchise by then. He could set some records.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just can't wait for the Under the Sun Sports audience to watch Chris Jr. drop a couple dongers off of Pat Jr.
You wanted to watch him drop his donger off Pat Jr.?
Yeah. That's what it's called, Michael. Drop a dong.
What?
Never heard that?
What do you want here?
Chris, this is a family show, all right?
Chris, I select for everyone when I publish this. My goodness.
You're going to tell me you don't know what a golden sombrero is either.
That's well versed in our friend's history, but dropping dongs on people.
Drop a dong. It's called a dong. Look it up.
All right, fans.
Well, don't search dongs.
Close your ears, kids. Chris's kid's dropping his dong.
All right, fans, as you know, you probably heard in our last video, but we are looking for suggestions for our sign-off. And, of course, that is, the 1, 2, 3, 4 words that each of us are going to say when we sign off for these podcasts or videos that we're posting for you guys, any content we do. So far in the last 5 minutes, we've came up with a really terrible one.
It's growing on me.
Okay, it's growing on Mike. And it's until the sun comes up. But we will drop some comments below. Let us know what you guys think is good sign off. Could be any sports. We're going to cover all sports. Our name is Under the Sun Sports, UTS. So we want to hear it. Drop some comments. Anything else for our viewers?
Until next time.
Until the sun comes.
But that's not our. That's not. I just meant I'll see you next time. That's not it. I don't know.
That's not it. No, that's not our sign off.
I appreciate support. So until next time.
Until the sun comes up.
Until the sun comes up.
Till the sun burns out.
Chris, don't even start with your dongers.